Hello, I'm Francesco De Misa, and this is the second of four Java challenges for our formative assessment. This one involves taxes and calculating the amount of taxes uh, being paid based on the input amount of products, uh, the final prices paid, as well as the tax rate as a percentage. This one is going to be using the scanner as well as the decimal format functions, um, and this is to be able to format the resulting doubles as only having up to two decimal places. In this one, I only used one method, the main method. It could certainly be done with more, but I found it unnecessary. So the scanner object is going to be created for inputs, and these are the two lines that are going to be allowing for decimal formatting and rounding um, to, to get the most accurate uh, rounding of the decimal places. These are going to be the variables that are going to be initialized here, and this part here is the input for the number of pairs. These pairs are going to be the tax percentage, and then the price that was paid. And so it will just do that. This will detect the input and set it into the variable. And then in addition to all of this, I also used arrays for this one in order to more easily manage and organize the values. So there's one array being used for the tax rate and one array being used for the price that was paid. And these are going to be of the length of amount of pairs, which had been input by the user previously. And then all that's going to be remaining are two for loops. Both of them are for the same amount of time, but I decided to make it two different for loops just for better reading, I suppose. So the first for loop is going to be for the inputs. You're going to be inputting the tax rate and then the price paid. It's going to be inputting that into, it's going to be reading that double of the user input and inputting it into the array as the value determined by the for loop. And so that will easily go through and fill out the entirety of the array as set by the user. And then the second for loop is going to be doing calculations. It's going to be calculating it's going to be turning the tax rate into a decimal form in order to be used in the calculations by dividing it by 100. It's going to be finding the price before tax was paid, and then in order to accurately find the actual amount paid in taxes, it's going to be multiplying the amount paid in taxes by the tax rate in decimal form, and that's going to be finding the actual tax amount. And so once you do this, it'll print out the price that was paid as well as the tax amount, and the DF format is what's going to actually be formatting the decimal to rounding two decimals. And so I'll now run the program. So here we go. We have, let's say, 6 pairs being analyzed. And so let's say the tax rate for the first one is 8.25. And I'm just going to go ahead and input several values here. You can really use any amount of values. You can put them in as doubles with the decimals or not if you so choose. All right. And so once you put everything in, it's going to go ahead and print out everything. So as you can see, we have 6 tax amounts for 6 different pairs. Here is the original amount paid, and this is the resulting tax amount. And that is this tax calculation program.